Okay, so once again, good morning. Okay, so what we're going to do is to discuss the continuation of what we have discussed last meeting. No, but prior to that, I just want to, of course, to reiterate once again that we are already discussed about on how the information technology capital investment goes. No, so what will be the new trends in management information system coverage, covered technology management, no, specifically when it comes to web 2.0, telework, and co-creation business value. So we discussed already some globalization challenges and opportunities that flatten the world at present, no. Then we may proceed to part 2. So as what I have here, no, so what makes information systems so essential today? Or why are businesses investing so much in information system and technologies? No, in the United States alone, no, in the United States, more than 23 million managers and 113 million workers in the labor force rely on information systems. So to conduct business, no. Again, information systems are essential, no, for conducting day-to-day business worldwide, not only in the US but worldwide, and most other advanced countries, US and most advanced countries, as well as achieving strategic business objectives. Now, the entire sectors of the economy are nearly inconceivable without substantial investment in information systems. So we are all, maybe somebody or maybe all of us already use some e-commerce, no? So e-commerce firms such as Amazon, maybe you are using Amazon to buy a book or any, eBay, no? Google, of course, the most common, and e-trade simply would not exist. Now, today's service industries, finance, no, insurance, and real estate, as well as personal services such as travel, medicine, and education could not operate without information systems. Similarly, retail firms such as Walter Mart, no, Alpha Mart, and any manufacturing firm such as General Motors and General Electric require information system to survive and prosper, no? Just as offices, telephones, filing cabinets, and efficient tall buildings with elevators were once the foundation of business in the 20th century. But information technology now is the foundation for business in this 21st century. No? There is a growing interdependence between a firm's ability to use information technology and its ability to implement corporate strategies and achieve corporate goals. No? As what we have here in our figure. So what business would like to do in 5 years often depends on what its system will be able to do. As you can see here, the business strategic objectives and business process. No? Now, increasing market share, become the high quality or low cost producer, developing new products and increasing employee productivity depend more and more on the kinds of quality of information or information system rather in the organizations. The more you understand about this relationship, the more valuable you will be as a manager. Now, specifically, no, business firms invest heavily in the information system to achieve 6 strategic business objectives. No? Of course, the operational excellence, new products, services, and business models, customers and supplier intimacy, improve decision making and competitive advantage and survival. So, what I'm trying to say, for example, let's say for example, the operational excellence, no, as I mentioned earlier, no, business continuously seek to improve the efficiency of their operations in order to achieve higher profitability. No? Information systems and technologies are some of the most important tools available to managers for achieving higher levels of efficiency and productivity in business operations, especially when coupled with changes in business practices and management behavior. Now, for example, let's say, for example, Pure Gold, SM, no, the largest retailer on earth, no. Actually, that is another thing is Walmart, no. But in the Philippines, as I mentioned, at present, we have Pure Gold, no, Super 8, and so on. But in the whole world, no, Walmart is the largest retailer on the whole world. No, exemplifies the power of information system coupled with brilliant business practices. And of course, supportive management, no, in to achieve a world-class, no, operational efficiency. In fiscal year 2010, actually, Walmart achieved 408 billion in sales. Imagine, no, nearly 1/10 of retail sales in the United States, in large part because of its retail link system, which digitally link its suppliers to every one of Walmart stores. As soon as a customer purchases an item, the supplier monitoring the item knows to ship and replace the shelf. No? So Walmart is the most efficient retail store in the industry. So achieving sales of more than 28 per square root US dollar compared to its closest competitor, no, target at 23 a square foot, with other retail firms producing less than 12 US dollar, no, a square foot. Now, here in the Philippines, no, we are all, I don't know if you already use the Lazada, the Shopee, no. This pandemic, no, especially the Shopee and Lazada, is the most commonly a retail link system. No, they have also provided retail link systems. Now, the new products and services and business model. The information systems and technologies are a major enabling tool for firms to create new products and services, as well as entirely new business models. So, because a business model describes how a company produces, delivers, and sells a product or service to create wealth. Today's music industry is vastly different from the industry a decade ago, right? For example, let's say, for example, Apple Inc. No? It transformed an old business model of music distribution based on vinyl records, tapes, and CDs into an online legal distribution model based on own iPad technology platform. Apple has prospered from a continuing stream of iPad innovations, including the iPod, the iTunes music service, no, the iPad, and the iPhone. Now, how about the customer and supplier intimacy? Customer and supplier intimacy. When a business really knows its customers, it serves them well, the customers generally respond by returning and purchasing more. And in this sense, no, this raises revenue and profits. So likewise with suppliers, the more a business engages its suppliers, the better the supplier can provide vital inputs. And this lower cost, no? So how to really know your customers or suppliers is a central problem for business with millions of offline and online customers. In other country, no, specifically, because we are talking MIS, so therefore we situate in a wide horizon of an example, no? The Mandarin Oriental in Manhattan and other high-end hotels exemplify the use of information system in technologies to achieve customer intimacy. For example, in the Philippines, no, Marriott, okay, Shangri-La, and others, no. as I mentioned earlier, these hotels use computers to keep track of guests' preferences, such as their prepared room temperature, check-in time, frequently dialed telephone numbers, and television programs, and store this data in the large data repository. Or at present, of course, they were now using cloud computing. So, individual rooms in the hotels are networked to a central network server computer so that they can be remotely monitored or controlled. When a customer arrives at one of these hotels, the system automatically changes the room conditions, such as dimming the light, setting the room temperature, or selecting appropriate music based on the customer's digital profile. Now, the hotels also analyze their customers' data to identify their best customers and to develop individualized marketing campaigns based on customers' preferences. And that is what we call data mining. Now, you are familiar with data mining. Now, the Jessie Penny exemplifies the benefits of information system-enabled supplier intimacy. So, every time a dress shirt is bought at a JCPenney store in the United States, the record of the sale appears immediately on computers in Hong Kong at the Tal Apparel Limited supplier. So a contract manufacturer that produces 1 in 8 model it developed and then decide how many replacement shirts to make and in what style, colors, and sizes. So take note of it. This will be the power of information system. So for example, if I am the one who distributed the item, so once somebody buy a product from this distributor, automatically reflected dun sa naggagawa or nag-create ng product na yon. For them to have an idea how many needed new products that they need to produce for this targeted store, no? So that is how the information system goes, no? It works hand in hand with the, of course, with the, as I mentioned, as what we have here, no, the apparel store, no, automatically connected in a company who are producing that products, no? Now, how we will be able to improve decision making? Many business managers operate in an operation fog bank, no? Never really having the right information at the right time to make an information decision. Instead, managers rely on forecast, best guesses, and luck. So the result is over or under production of goods and services. Sometimes misallocation of resources and poor response times, no? These poor outcomes raise costs and lose customers. So in the past decade, information system and technologies have made it possible for managers to use real-time data from the marketplace when making decisions. When we say real-time, let's say for example ATM, no? If you withdraw money, automatically deducted to your account simultaneously. That is real time. Okay? Now, for instance, no, Verizon Corporation, one of the largest telecommunication companies, no, uses a web-based digital dashboard to provide managers with precise real-time information on customers' complaints, no, network performance for each locality served, and line outages or storm damage lines. So using this information, the managers can immediately allocate repairs resources to affected areas, inform consumers of repairs efforts, and restore service faster. Okay? How about the competitive advantage? When firm achieve or when business achieve one or more of these business objectives, like operational excellence, new product, service, and business models, customer supplier intimacy, and improved decision making, chances are they have already achieved a competitive advantage. no? If they luckily achieve all those mentioned, no, it means to say that they have already achieved a competitive advantage. Doing things better than your competitors, charging less of superior products, and responding to customers and suppliers in real time all add up to higher sales and higher profits that your competitors cannot match. So let's say, for example, Apple Inc., Walmart, and UPS, no? It described in some available case study, and maybe some of the presenter for the next meeting could able to discuss some example on how the Apple, Walmart, and UPS say that they have a competitive advantage with their competitors. Na? Okay, especially you will be able to know on how they use the information system for this purpose, for the competitive advantage. Now, another concern, or maybe it's not a problem, maybe it's a concern and issues at present, is the survival. Since today, at present, we are in pandemic, no? So the question at present is how about the survival of some business firms? Now, business firms also invest in information system and technologies because they are necessities of doing business, no? Sometimes these necessities are driven by industry level changes. So for instance, after Citibank introduced the first automated teller machines, take note, Citibank introduced the first automated teller machine in the New York region in 1977 to attract customers through higher service levels. Its competitor rushed to provide ATMs to their customer to keep up with Citibank. So today, virtually all banks all over the world actually have regional ATMs and linked to a national and international ATM networks, no? Providing ATM services to retail banking customers is simply a requirement of being in and surviving in the retail banking business, no? There are many countries, no, or state statutes and regulations that create a legal duty for companies and their employees to retain records, including digital records. So for instance, in actually, I don't know if you are familiar with Toxic Substances Control Act, which regulate the exposure of the workers to more than 75,000 toxic chemicals, require firms to retain records on employee exposure for 30 years. Another, for example, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, no, that is 2002, which was intended to improve the accountability of public firms in their auditors, requires certified public accounting firms that audit public companies to retain audit working papers and records, including all emails, for 5 years. So many other pieces of federal or US and state legislation in healthcare, financial services, education, and privacy protection impose significant important or information retention and reporting requirements in all businesses. Okay? So firms turn to information system and technologies to provide the capability to respond to these challenges. And as I mentioned last meeting, that here in our country, we are now implementing the Data Privacy Act of 2012 and protecting our customers' data or personal information. Do you have any question so far? Now, how about the perspective of information? So far, no, we've used information system and technologies informally without defining the term IT. No? Again, information technology consists of all the hardware and software that a firm needs to use in order to achieve its business objectives. And this include not only computer machines, storage devices, and handheld mobile devices, but also software such as Windows or Linux operating systems, the Microsoft Office Desktop Productivity Suite, and the many thousands of computer programs that can be found in a typical large firm. So information systems, on the other hand, are more complex and can be best to be understood by looking at them from both a technology and a business perspective. No, again, IT consists of hardware and software, but when we say information system, it is more complex because it can be best be understood by looking at of them from both technology and business perspective, as I mentioned. Now, so again, information system can be defined technically as a set of interrelated components that collect or retrieve, process, store, and distribute information to support decision-making in control in an organization. So in addition to supporting decision-making, coordination, and control, information systems may also help managers and workers analyze problems, visualize complex subjects, and create new products. Because information systems contain information about significant people, places, and things within the organization or in the environment surrounding it. So by information, okay, so by information, we mean data that have been shaped into a form that is meaningful and useful to human beings. No? On the other hand, data in contrast are streams of raw facts representing events occurring in organization or physical environment before they have been organized and arranged into a form that people can understand and use. So a brief example contrasting information and data may prove useful. For example, supermarket checkout counters scan millions of pieces of data from barcodes which describe its products, right? For example, in SM department store or supermarkets, pure gold, no? And such pieces of data can be totaled, no, and analyzed to provide meaningful information, such as the total number of bottles of dish detergent sold at a particular store, which brands of this detergent were selling the most rapidly at the store or sales territory, or the total amount spent on that brand of this detergent at the store or sales region, as what we have here. So we have the data here and the information. So for us to have an information system, again, the raw data from a supermarket checkout counter can be processed and organized to produce meaningful information. We have the three activities in the information system produce: the information that organized to make decisions, control operations, analyze problems, and create new products or services. And I think during your first year, no, it discusses and maybe give a full impact of a discussions related to these three information system. Number one, of course, is the input. No? Yan, input. Now, input captures or collect raw data from within the organization or from its external environment. Okay? Now, on the other hand, processing converts this raw input into a meaningful form, and output transfer the process information to the people who will use it or to the activities for which it will be used. Again, information systems also required feedback, no? Which is output that is returned to appropriate members of the organization to help them evaluate or correct the input stages. No? So, for example, in the Yankees system for selling tickets through its website, the raw input consists of order data for tickets, such as the purchaser's name, address, credit card number, number of tickets ordered, and the date of the game for which the ticket is being purchased. Same with Okada. No? Computer stores this data and process them to calculate order totals, to track ticket purchases, and to send requests for payment to credit card companies. The output consists of tickets to print out, receipt for orders, and reports on online ticket orders. The system provides meaningful information such as the number of tickets sold for a particular game, the total number of tickets sold each year, and frequent customers. Although computer-based information system use computer technology to process raw data into meaningful information, there is a sharp distinction between a computer and a computer program on the other hand. And I think each of us are very much familiar on how we'll be able to differ the computer and computer program. And of course, in the information system on the other. Because electronic computers and related software programs are the technical foundation and tools and materials of modern information system. Again, computer provide the equipment for storing, processing information. On the other hand, computer programs or software are set of operating instruction that direct and control computer processing. Knowing how computers and computer programs work is more important in designing solutions to organizational problems, but computers are only part of an information system. Okay? Now, a house is an appropriate analogy. No? Houses are built with hammers, nails, and wood, but these do not make a house. The architecture, design, setting, landscaping, and all of the decisions that lead to the creation of these features are part of the house and are crucial for solving the problem of putting a roof over one's head. So, computers and programs are the hammers, nails, and lumbers of computer-based information system. But alone, they cannot produce the information a particular organization needs. So to understand information system, you must understand the problems they are designed to solve and their architectural and design elements and the organizational process that lead to these solutions. Okay? Now, to fully understand information system, you must understand the broader organization management and information technology dimension of systems and their power to provide solutions to challenges and problems in the business environment. So we refer to this broader understanding of information system, which encompasses an understanding of the management and organizational dimension of systems, as well as the technical dimension of systems. No? Or as what we call information system literacy. On the other hand, maybe we are always heard the word computer literacy. Computer literacy is different, no? Because it focuses primarily on knowledge of information technology. And the field of management information system tries to achieve this broader information system literacy. MIS deals with behavioral issues as well, no? As technical issues surrounding the development, use, and impact of information system used by managers and employees in the firm. So let us examine each of the dimensions of information system, organization management, and information technology. So we have the organization, of course, for the information system. Okay. In an organization, or in the, for example, in CCC or Cainta Catholic College, information system are an integral part of organizations. No? Indeed, for some companies, such as credit reporting firms, there would be no business without an information system. No? Now, since we are in pandemic, most of the colleges and university adopted LMS, no? Learning Management System. They are now, even the medium institution, they also adopted the online enrollment, no, online payment, no. the key elements of the organization are its people, no? Structure, business processes, politics, and culture. So now, organization have a structure that is composed of different levels in a special case. Their structures reveal a clear-cut division of labor. So authority and responsibility in a business firm are organized as hierarchy or a pyramid structure. No? The upper levels of the hierarchy consist of managerial, no, professional, and technical employees, whereas the lower level consists of operational personnel. Now, what is senior management? No, it makes long-range strategic decision about products and services, as well as ensure financial performance of the firm. They are the senior manager, no, working as in a senior management. Now, how about the middle management, like the dean, the program head? No, they are the carries out the programs and plans of the senior management and operation management responsible for monitoring the daily activities of the business. So therefore, in our scenario at present, the program head or the dean monitor us as faculty on what we're going to do during the discussion or during our classes. And they are the middle management. They implemented some rules and regulations coming from the senior management, from the VPs or from the president of the school. Okay? Now, knowledge workers such as engineers, scientists, or architects design products or services and create new knowledge for the firm, whereas data workers such as secretaries or clerk assist with scheduling and communication at all levels of the firm. Now, production or service worker actually produce the product and deliver the service. No? This one. Production or service workers, as I mentioned, because experts are employed and trained for different business functions. So the major business function or a specialized task performed by business organization consists of sales and marketing, manufacturing, and productions. No? So finance and accounting firm and human resources, as what we discussed earlier, and may be able to tackle with next topic, no? Which they are supported by information system. Because an organization coordinates work through its hierarchy and through its business processes, which are logically related tasks and behaviors for accomplishing work. Because in developing a new product, fulfilling an order, and hiring a new employee are example of business processes. No? At present, even hiring, no? They are now interviewing applicants through Zoom or through Google Meet. No? Most organizations' business processes include formal rules that have been developed over a long time for accomplishing tasks. And these rules guide employees in a variety of procedures, from writing an invoice to responding to customer complaints. And some of these business processes have been written down, but others are informal work practices, such as requirement to return telephone calls from coworkers or customers that are not formally documented. Information system automate many business processes. So for instance, how a customer receives credit or how a customer is billed is often determined by an information system that incorporates a set of formal business processes. So this will be the major business functions. No? So sales and marketing, manufacturing and production, finance and accounting, and the human resources. Again, each organization has a unique culture or fundamental set of assumptions, values, and ways of doing things that has been accepted by most of its members. So you can see organizational culture at work by looking around your university or college. No? Some bedrock assumptions of university life are that professors know more than students. The reason students attend college is to learn, and that classes follow a regular schedule. Part of the organization's cultures can always be found embedded in its own information system. For instance, for example, the UPS, no? Concerns with placing service to the customer first is an aspect of its organizational culture that can be found in the company's package tracking system, which we described maybe later, no? So different different levels and specialties in organization create different interests and points of view. And these views open conflict over how the company should be run and how resources and rewards should be distributed. Because conflict is the basis for organizational politics. Again, information systems come out of this cauldron of differing perspectives, conflict, compromises, and arrangement that are natural part of organizations. How about the management? Okay, so we just finished this one, no? Okay. How about the management? The management, okay, the management job is to make sense out of the many situations faced by organizations. So make decisions and formulate action plans to solve organizational problems. Managers perceive business challenges in the environment. They set the organizational strategy of responding to those challenges, and they allocate the human and financial resources to coordinate the work and achieve success. So throughout, they must exercise responsible leadership, no? Because the business information system described reflect the hopes, dreams, and realities of real-world managers. But managers must do more than manage what already exists. They must also create new products and services and even recreate the organizations from driven by new knowledge and information, because information technology can play a powerful role in helping managers design and deliver new products and services and redirecting and redesigning their organizations. Okay. So the information technology, of course, that's what we have here. No, we have data collection and storage, transformation out of the business, and so on. Okay, now, you are all familiar with information technology, right? The computer hardware. So when you say computer hardware, it is a physical tech equipment used for input processing and output activities. Na? So for the computer hardware or computer software, no, consists of detailed reprogram instructions. And we are all familiar with that. Data management technology, no, consists of software governing the organization of data on physical storage media. Okay, networking and telecommunication technology. No. How about the World Wide Web? No, it is a service provided by the internet that uses universal accepted standard for storing, retrieving, formatting, and displaying information in a page format on the internet. Again, to add on, web pages by clicking on highlighted words or buttons on a web page, you can link to related pages to find additional information and links to other locations on the web. So the web can serve as the foundation for new kinds of information system, such as web-based package tracking system described in the following discussions. No? So all these technologies, along with the people required to run and manage them, present resources that can be shared throughout the organization and constitute the firm's information technology infrastructure. No? Again, when we say IT infrastructure, it provides the foundation or platforms on which the firm can build its specific information systems. Its organization must carefully design and manage its IT infrastructure so that it has the set of technology services it needs for the work it wants to accomplish with information systems. Okay, the interactive session on technology describes some of the typical technologies used in computer-based information system today. Okay, so now we will be able to identify the organization, the management, and technology elements, no, and others. Okay, I think since it's already time again, so we may continue once again this topic next meeting. So again, our references for this discussion, no, that is Management Information System Managing the Firm by Loudon K and Loudon J, 12 editions, printed all. Okay, so okay. Question? So it means to say that next meeting, I will continue the discussion of this chapter. Then right after, since it's just only how many slides, we have a recitation right after the discussion. Right after my discussions, we have a recitation next meeting. Okay, so later this afternoon, I will send you a case study, and this will be your assignment for your activity or for your asynchronous time. So at present, we just only 15. I don't know what happened with the others, but looking forward that they could able to cope up with our discussion. Since I posted the presentation and at the same time, I sent already or posted already the video, no, wherein for those who were not able to attend, they could able to cope, no, at the same time to for them to review all those missed lessons. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Question? No, are you still there, baklas?
Opo, sir.
Ano, okay lang ba sa inyo? May example naman, okay naman so far? Okay, so good pa?
Okay naman po, sir.
It's just only an introduction of the entire kasi. That's why I always say to it that I am the one who is responsible to discuss chapter 1. Why? Because chapter 1 is the totality or the introduction of the entire course. So as you can see based on my discussion, I mentioned some examples that we will be able to discuss more in chapter 5, in chapter 2, and so on. Okay? So for the coordinator of this section, please send me a private message for me to assign the topics, the next topic to your classmates. Okay? So if you don't have any questions, thank you for attending the class once again. I hope you've learned something from my discussion. But if you have some questions, I am entertaining your questions to our chat box or FB chat group, or you may send me a private message if you want to. Okay? So once again, good morning and God bless everyone. Keep safe.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, sir.